Good morning. Thank you. On April 12, 2012, Deputy Chief DuBois was returning home with his two young daughters when it was radio announced that police officers had been shot in Greenland. Deputy DuBois immediately grabbed his police gear and prepared to respond, riding to the sound of the guns, even though he couldn't reach anyone to take care of his young daughters. Perhaps someone else would have stayed back, but DuBois saw his duty clear. He responded. Upon arriving, Deputy DuBois assumed tactical leadership until the state police arrived, and during those hours, Deputy DuBois, among the scores of other police officers, exposed themselves to great danger where a shooter had killed the police chief of Greenland and had wounded 4 other officers. In his more than 20 years of service in Portsmouth, I've been privileged to do ride-alongs with Steve DuBois and other officers. I've seen him pull over suspicious vehicles at 2 a.m. I've seen him and others dive into brawls to stop fights. And I've seen him and others go into darkened rooms in buildings I'm certain most in this room would never have the nerve to do so. I'm a professional author with nearly 20 published novels, and I've ridden along with federal law enforcement officials, state police, and several local departments. You should be proud of your department. It's the finest I've ever seen. Yet there's a persistent narrative pushed by politicians, would-be politicians, and an inaccurate and biased press that your department is in crisis with severe morale and performance problem. Ladies and gentlemen, that is sheer nonsense and is an insult to the fine men and women who serve you every day. At your previous meeting, it was announced that all crime in the city had actually decreased by a substantial percentage compared to last year. Did this commission acknowledge that fact? No. Did the city council? No. Did this news appear in your local newspaper so residents could have accurate information about the department's performance? Again, no. In looking over the years-long Weber-Goodwin matter, let's recall that decisions were made in large part by the previous administration and also with the knowledge, advice, and support of this police commission and city lawyers. They were not done in a vacuum by one man, the finest man I know, who these past months has been the focus of a witch hunt that would have horrified the citizens of Salem in 1638. Now, mistakes have been made, and DuBois has made the honorable decision to retire from his position and to assist the city in transiting to another police chief. Yet even this decision has been the focus of scorn and hateful remarks from the same small clique that not only want the proverbial pound of flesh, but someone's head on a stake. They forget this man is also a husband to 2 young children and whose 89-year-old parents still live in Dover, who daily get to read the biased and inaccurate stories in the Herald. This commission, the city council, have an opportunity to do the right thing by the chief and the city to move forward. I know I'm not a resident, a fact that will no doubt cause many to dismiss everything I've just said, but I'm a lifelong resident of the Seacoast, and I love Portsmouth as well. In closing, I'm reminded when a public official named Joseph McCarthy made his reputation by damaging people's lives and careers by spreading lies and innuendo, all while aided and abetted by a compliant press. Finally, at the Army MacArthur hearings in 1956, Attorney Joseph Welch asked Senator McCarthy a question that has resonated over the decades. Let us not assassinate this man further, Senator. You've done enough. Have you no sense of decency, sir? At long last, have you left no sense of decency? That question marked the end of Senator McCarthy's career, halted his lies and innuendo, because even a troubled man like him had the sense of knowing when he went too far. My own observation is that the politicians, news media, and misguided citizens of Portsmouth who have said so much and protested so much suffer in comparison to Senator McCarthy. Thank you.
Brendan, thank you. Could I have your address for our records, please?
Of course. Exeter, New Hampshire.